have here a transistor that is, for example, we're going to use the NPN here. And then we have two sources in here. That is to reverse bias this one at the other side. Okay, here. We connect VCC at the output side, and at the input side, we connect a forward bias source, which is, we call that one the VDD. Okay, and then of course, there should be a resistance here, RC here, and this is your VDD. Okay, this time around, I'm going to use the symbol. I'm going to use the symbol because in the exam, I will be using now the symbol. Okay, and again, for a common emitter, this is the symbol. Okay, here. The arrow pointing here means to say that this is the direction. It has to be that the direction of your emitter current is going this way. Okay? Ito yan. Correct? So, ito yan. Instead na ito yung ito-drawing ko, I will just use the symbol here and then RC here again. This is your VCC. And then, this is your RC and this is your RD. And this is your VDD. Okay. And then, this is this one here. Again, I will not anymore discuss about the input side, which is, it has the same characteristics as a forward bias diode, correct? Now, may I just redraw here again the behavior, the characteristics of the output side, which is, as you can see, that would be, what again? The voltage at the output side is, what is the, yes? What is the voltage at the output side? Okay, at the terminal, at the output side, this would be VCE. Okay, so this is VCE with respect to your IC. So that if I'm going to redraw this one again, it is something like this. There is a slight inclination here, something like this. Okay. Here. Okay. Slight, there is a slight inclination like this. Okay. So that means to say kasi there is, as you increase your VCE, there is a slight increase in the IC again. Now again, here is this one. If we do again the KPL, the relationship of your IC with respect to your VCE, again, is from the formula here, which is your VCC minus IC, RC, minus VCE is equal to 0. Okay, so that's solving for VCE. VCE, that would be your VCC. Minus ICRC. Again, I told you the last time that here, if you increase your VCC, your VCE is increasing. But the point here, class, is, and again, if there's something that, again, reviewing from last meeting is, there is a definition here wherein beta is equal to your IC over, that is the ratio of your output to your input current. Okay, and then again, here, again from here, here is, looking at this one, if this is, again, conventional flow, this is positive. So, in other words, this is your IC. And this is your ID. Positive yun. Kaya the current flows here. And then this is your ID. Correct? Okay. So, that IE is equal to ID plus IC. Okay. So, may I put it here? So, the relationship of the currents is equal to your IC plus ID. And then, but the thing here is, class, IC is equal to beta ID. Okay? By the way, in the final exam, there will be two problems about the transistor. Final exam. So, so that IE here is equal to IC. If we are going to substitute this one, beta ID plus IB. So, okay, you can relate also your IE in terms of IB because IE is equal to beta plus 1 IB. Okay, take a note of this one. You need this one. Okay, by, of course, constant usage of this one, you do not have to memorize. It comes automatically, okay, memorized into your head because of the usage of this one. Okay, if you keep on using it, if you took any solving problems, okay, it is automatically be memorized into your mind. So please, okay, so if I have this one here, and then, meron din tayong tinatawag na limit of operation. Okay, and we cannot go on continue increasing and increasing because, okay, the power rating. We are limited by the power rating. By the way, the power rating comes from the power rating of the transistor is, of course, the highest current that would flow in your circuit, correct? And that is supposedly IE. But the thing here is, class, since IE is approximately equal to IC anyway, there is just a difference of a micro. So we can safely say, okay, for the power rating, we can safely use IC so that we can also use the VCE. Because remember, VBE is very, very small. That is just 0.7. So we normally take it from the VCE. So this is actually from the output side. So in other words, what I am saying is you are limited by the power rating. So when you multiply this one, be sure that if there is a power rating, you do not go beyond the power rating of a transistor. Okay. And another thing that I would like to discuss here also is about the load line. Okay, so what is this load line analysis? Okay, we call this one before we go into load line analysis. So in the load line analysis, we are referring to load. Okay, so that is the load. So that means to say, people, if this is a transistor and if we are going to assign, ayan, and when we are going to assign a source here, now, is of course, we will have a voltage across the transistor and the current that is flowing here, okay? And since there is another source, we have a voltage across this one. There is a current here, there is a certain current there. Now, the point here is, when we say here load line, it is actually a line, wherein that is where you find the point of operation with respect to the DC source. Remember that, okay, what is good about your final exam is wala pang AC source dyan. Wala pang AC source. Actually, that would be taken up when we go to electronics 2. So, electronics 1 final exam, it is just with respect to the DC source. Wala pang iba. So, in other words, all we have to do here is analyze the circuit with respect to a DC source. And it is a very much simpler to analyze than there is now a combination of the AC source. Okay. Why am I telling you in advance? So that, okay, you put it into your mind that for be able to pass this subject is you have to understand this one. In other words, you need to listen to what I am saying here. Okay, so what we say here, load line analysis, meaning to say here is the point of operation for a given value. Kasi maglalagay ka ng given. Pag ito transistor, maglalagay ako ng given. Okay. Ano ang magiging point of operation ko? Okay. Ano ang magiging value ng iba't ibang parameters? So, all we have to do here for the load line analysis is, okay, for a given VCC, okay, is what could be the highest IC, okay, that would flow here. Okay, for a given VCC and for a given RC, ano ba ang pinaka-highest na posibleng current na mag-flow dyan? And in that case is, we using this one here, okay, using this one wherein you find here your VCC minus ICRC, okay, minus VCE, the highest possible current that would be flowing there is if we are going to short the VCE. That IC is too high, so that your VCE becomes equal to 0. So if we set VCE equal to 0, and then IC will therefore be VCC divided by RC. Okay, this is already. Kaya parang sabi nga ni Boylston, ang very good example niya is parang yung sponge. Okay? Sponge, yung tubig sa sponge is syempre may maximum lang na kayang hawakan ng sponge. Yung pwedeng tubig na ma-absorb lang ng sponge, di ba? Ganun din dito. Ano ang pwedeng highest possible current na nag-flow dito? Is hindi pwede. Ang pinaka-highest point natin is of course the voltage na inilagay natin dyan. Okay, so that would be already the highest current. At siniro kasi natin si VCE. Okay, that would be the highest possible. And another thing, for a given VCC also, what could be the highest possible VCE? No? The voltage across the transistor at the output is, okay, the highest possible is when IC is equal to 0, so that you're coming from here, your VCE is equal to VCC. Okay, so, ganito yan. If we are going to draw this one on our graph, okay, is that when VCE is equal to 0, nandito tayo, di ba? And the highest possible IC is, that is the point wherein your VCE is equal to 0, therefore your IC is equal to your VCC divided by RC. It is the highest point here. And the highest possible VCE is when IC is equal to 0. Ito. IC is equal to 0. Diba? This is increasing IC. So if this is IC and this is your VCE, the highest possible is of course, hindi naman pwedeng mas mataas pa si VCE kay VCC. Hindi ba? So it would be when your VCE is equal to VCC. And IC is equal to 0. And that is you find it here. So that when I join the 2 points here, yeah, this is now what we call the load line. In other words, this is now your load line. In other words, class, what I am trying to say here is, ang pwede lang point of operation mo is anywhere here. Anywhere here. Okay. Hindi dito, hindi dito, hindi doon, hindi doon. For a given VCC and RC. Okay. At nakadepende lang kasi yan, di ba, from this formula here, at nakadepende yan kay IB. Hindi ba remember that this is IB? Okay. It's either nakadepende yan sa value ni IB. By the way, people, okay, is siyempre si IB is nakadepende siya kung mataas si BBB, correct? Okay, so kung mataas si IB, kung mataas-taas si IB, ito yung point of operation mo. Kunyari, ito is 10 microamps, this is 20 microamps, and this is 30 microamps, and this is 40 microamps, okay, and this is around 35. Dito ang point of operation. Ito yung tinatawag natin na quiescent point. Quiet. Why quiet? Is because wala pa kasi yung AC signal. Tahimik lang siya. Kasi for a certain value, isa lang na value yan. So, syempre, isa lang ang IC mo. Okay? And we call that one the ICQ. And isa lang, syempre, ang magiging value mo ng VCE. Okay? And we call that one the VCEQ. Quiet pa siya. Quiescent. Okay? Ngayon, paano kung nag-design ako, tapos ang ginawa natin ay mas mataas yung RC. Pag mas mataas yung RC, okay, is ganito ang pangyayari. Mas mataas. For example, I have here RC1, which is greater than RC. Natin nilagay sa kabila. Can I have a page of your paper? Okay. Ayan, dito natin ilagay. Load line. So, in other words, let's say I have here RC1, which is greater than yung nilagay kong RC. No? Is, therefore, your load line becomes mas mababa siya kasi yung BCC mo hindi naman nagbago. But, your RC changes. So, in other words, ang load line mo ay itong hindi siya dun sa taas. Kunyari, this is the value of BCC divided by RC1. Okay, so ganyan ang mangyayari dyan. Pagka mas mataas ang resistance. Okay, kung mas mataas pa ang resistance, for example, RC2, which is greater than RC1, syempre kasi resistance yan, hindi ba? Di ba? Ito yan. Ito yan. For a given BCC, pagtaas nito, no, ay pagka mataas ito, mababa ito. Hindi ba? Correct? Kaya ganun ang mangyayari here. So that here, this is the case if I have here BCC. Parang lang ang value ni BCC, but this time around it is RC2. Kaya ito ang magiging point of operation mo. Okay. Now, pagka mas mababa si RC, is syempre ang point of operation mo pa ganun. Did you get that? But then the point here is, what I'm trying to tell you class is, ang maganda kasi, if you use this one, by the way, getting ahead of the story, the transistor kasi, ang ultimate gamit niya kasi, syempre malalaman natin yan sa electronics too, is mag-a-amplify tayo ng signal. Is, if we want to amplify a signal, we want to maximize, and the best position is of course, when it is here. Hindi kasi maganda pag nandito ka sa mirror na, baka hindi maganda yung signal mo, mapuputol. Pag nandito ka sa ends doon, mapuputol. Kaya we call it the linear line. Ito ang, syempre, we are going to design it in such a way that yung ilalagay natin na BCC at RC ay maganda dun sa amplification ng signal natin. Okay? Ayan. So, but, if it is BCC, may I draw here again? Now, if it is a, may I have it here? Ayan, eto siya. This one again. This is again your VCE, and this is your, actually nagbibigay ako ng problem regarding this one using the graph, is find your VCEQ and ICQ. No? Kaya lang, shorten na natin, basta problem na lang. Dati kasi nagbibigay pa ako ng ganyan na problem sa exam. Okay, so it is again, for example, this one. Ngayon is, ayan, here. Of course, I have said na yung load line natin is nakadepende sa BCC at RC natin yan. Hindi ba? Okay, ito yung characteristic, ito yung behavior niya, pero yung point of operation is normally along the line. Did you get that? It is along the line. Hindi, pag nag-increase si IC, is dito siya pupunta. It's either here, o pag bumaba siya dito. Kasi, syempre kung bumaba si IB, bababa si IC. Did you get that? Pero hindi siya pababang ganyan. Dito sa load line, kasi nakadepend siya sa BCC at saka yung RC mo. Okay, so, paano kung yung BCC ang pinalitan natin? Okay? Pagka ang BCC, okay, mas mataas kung ito yung ginawa kong drawing kanina, ito yung point of operation natin. Ito yan. Ito yung sinod natin dito. Paano kung si BCC, let's say BCC prime, ay mas mataas kay BCC. Ito yung original natin, BCC. Anong nangyari? Mas mataas kasi BCC divided by RC. Mas mataas at VCE is equal to VCC, mas mataas, kaya ganito ang mangyayari dyan. Okay, this is the case if this is for the case of VCE is equal to VCC prime. And this is your VCC prime divided by RC. If this is the original VCC divided by RC. This is your VCE which is equivalent to VCC. Ngayon, kung mababa ang inilagay mo, mas mababa ang inilagay mo, so that yung VCC is greater than, let's say, I call it VCC 1. Anong mangyayari? Ganito ang magiging load line mo. Ito siya. Get? Because this will be your VCE is now, di ba mas maliit? Greater kasi si VCC is equal to VCC 1. Ayan. And this is your VCC 1 divided by RC. Ngayon, ang hindi kasi kagandahan dito, malapit ka na sa zero. Diba? Pagka masyadong mababa ang ginawa mong VCC. Kasi tayo maglalagay ng voltage source doon. Kasi at the external, we apply a voltage so that there would be a current that would be flowing. Correct? So we apply a certain voltages, we design certain resistances. Okay, so in other words, class, kung masyado naman mataas, is baka sumobra tayo sa power rating. Get that? At hindi maganda, mainit. Naiinitan si transistor. Kaya of course, when you design it in such a way that somewhere along the line here, yan ang effect. Get that? If we change your VCC. Any questions at this point, class? Okay. Talaga naman si may ano akong si Sean yan. Yan na yan yung tinuturo ko dati. Siya yung naglagay dyan, oh. Talaga naman, oh. Ayan. So, here, pagka nakita ko siya. Nabubuli pa rin ako kahit nag-graduate at teacher na. Okay, here. And then if you try to take a look at our circuit, people, okay, if you try to remember when we discussed the common base, if this is positive, negative, no? Pag PNP kasi positive, okay, negative. Pag NPN, negative, positive. Magkaiba sila ng polarity. Now, if it is a PNP, negative, negative. Pag if it is NPN, positive, positive. Okay, correct? Positive here, positive here. Ngayon, dahil pareho silang positive, what is good about the common emitter? That is why it is the one that is commonly being used, of course. Ang FET na ngayon ng ginagamit sa mga IC, no, MOSFET. But basically speaking, when we talk of the BJT here, is positive, positive yan. Forward bias, reverse bias yan. Sabi ko naman sa inyo, normally, ang ginagawa natin dito, pino-forward bias, nire-reverse natin sa output side para magamit natin siyang as an amplifier. Now, what is good about the common emitter is they're both positive. Hindi ba pwedeng gawin natin isa lang ang source? Okay? Isa lang ang source. Pwede ba yun? Pareho? Para isa lang, tipid. Diba? Isa lang. Okay. The point here, the problem here is if you try to take a look at the base current here, the base current is VBB minus VBE divided by RB. Correct? Kaya lang, pag pinag-isa natin, ganito ang mangyayari dyan. Pag-isahin lang natin, bakit hindi na lang natin pag-isahin? So, if I'm going to use here one source, okay, and then put it here, this is now your RB, and this is now your transistor, okay, and then this one, and then this one, and this is your RC. Okay, if you try to notice this one, dyan kasi, okay, since this is positive here, hindi ba? Positive din dito, positive, positive, positive. This is now your BCE. Okay, here people, and this is your BBE. Correct? Ayan, this is positive, negative, this is positive, negative. Kasi positive lang naman yon. Madaling maglagay ng polarity kasi isa lang naman yon, positive yon. Okay. Now, going back to this one here, people. Okay, in using that one, in using the first circuit here, you can see there that IB is equal to VBB minus VBE divided by RB. Okay. Hindi ba ito ay, if this is my IE, pagka ano ko dito, hindi ba pwede yan na ito pa rin? The negative of the source will push these electrons and very few will get out. Most of this will be collected here. It will still be the same. No? The same ang naging result. So, if I'm going to be one use here, this is now, of course, this is now your IE. Diba? Ito yung lumabas. Kaya lumabas siya doon. Lumabas siya. Ito ngayon yung IE. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, and this is your IB. Ayan, kasi conventional tayo. And this would be your IC. Ayan. So, in this case, class, IE is equal to IB plus IC. Okay. Dito kasi, dun sa formula doon, makikita mo, dun sa KBL doon, class, is VBB minus VBE divided by RB. Kaya nga ang problema natin dito, since isa lang ang source nyo, let's say I call this one source BCC. Okay, dito kasi, pag ito na, yung BCC mo, your IB will now be, of course, it will become BCC na siya. Diba? Minus VBE divided by RB. While at the output side, pareho lang doon. It would be my BCE is equal to BCC minus ICRC. The point here, the problem here that might come to your mind when we change that one to a one source only is doon kasi magkaiba sila ng source. Kaya anytime I will make this one increase kasi dito naman siya nakadepend. Correct? I want to increase IB, then I will just increase BBB. Kaya lang paano kung eto na? No? I want to increase IB but I do not want to change your BCE. Hindi pwedeng i-change ko si BCC, hindi ba? Kasi apektado, paano kung tinaas ko yun, parang gusto kong itaas si IB, apektado ito kasi tataas ito. Paano kung ayaw kong itaas yung si BCE? Ang gusto ko lang is itaas si IB. Anong gagawin ko? Yung resistance ang gagamitin mo. So, if you are going to use it, it is very good. It is possible to use one source because there is another way to vary accordingly to your design. Instead of using this one, you may use this one so that instead of using this one, you may use this one so as not to, to affect your VCC at the output side and vice versa. You get what I mean here?
Yes.
Okay, so all you have to do here is vary this one, RC. Okay. Yun nga, vary RC. If you want, pababain natin si BCE, and then it is the RC that you are going to vary. It is the resistances that you are going to vary according to the design of your base current and not using the source. Avoid using the source so that it will not affect the other circuit at the output side. Did you get that? Did you understand what I'm saying here? Okay, so this is about the behavior of a common emitter. Now we are ready to solve a problem. Now, actually this one, okay, normally yung BCC hindi sa left side natin ilagay natin sa kabila. Does it matter? Does it matter if I'm going to transport this one to the other side?
No.
Will it matter?
No.
No, it will still be the same. Okay, ito pa rin siya. BCC minus IBRB minus BBE is equal to 0. Okay. Actually, here, we call this one the fixed bias circuit. Okay, and there are bias. What is bias means to say again? Ano ba ulit ang biasing? Okay, we are going to trigger the transistor by applying a force and make current to flow through the transistor. Padadaanin natin ang current sa transistor by applying the force, correct? That is biasing. And there are many ways for biasing a circuit. The first one is the fixed bias circuit. The thing here with the fixed bias circuit is, fixed bias is, ang problema dyan, pagka yung beta ay malaki, masyadong mataas yung IC mo, pagka konting increase lang kay IB, ang taas kaagad ng IC mo. Mapupunta tayo sa ganun, no? Na masasaturate. Oh, by the way, we call this one the saturation region. Okay? This one is here, we call this one yung zero dito, we call this one the cut-off region. Cut-off region. Okay? The other one is yung mataas masyado ang IC mo at BCE mo ay equal to 0. We call this one the saturation region. It is saturation, di ba? Saturation region. Di ba kaya ito, nakasaturate kasi masyadong mataas si IC? Di ba yung, kumbaga sa tubig dun sa pinaka mataas na current, saturated ang tawag natin doon, di ba? Sinaturate natin yung anong tawag doon? Yung panghugas ng pinggan?
Sponge.
Sponge, saturation current. So we call this one the saturation current actually. Na saturation current. And this portion here is, we call this one the active region. Active region. Ayan. Etong portion natin active region, this is the cut-off region kasi walang current na nag-flow. I set IC is equal to 0. While this one is the saturation region. Okay? And the fixed bias circuit. Actually, ang fixed bias kasi, yan kasi yung pinaka-unstable na circuit. Now, to make stabilize, okay, to stabilize this kind of a circuit is, we have another kind of a circuit here. We call this one, can I erase this one now?
Yes.
Ibaba ito, ganun pa. Ay, sige, i-off muna natin. Mamaya na lang natin ibuksan. Okay.
Kita naman pala. No. May loop.
We call it the emitter stabilizer bias circuit. Ito yan. Ito lang. Naglagay lang tayo dito ng, can you see it from there? Okay, from here plus. Ito yan. Okay, ito siya. This is your RD. And this is your RC. And then this is now your, dito ko ilagay ha. This is now your VCC. And this is your, okay. And aside from that, ito kasi yung fixed bias, dagdagan ko ng resistance dyan. And then this time, I call this one RE. So that this is positive, negative. This is positive, negative. The current flowing here is, we call this one IC. The current flowing here is, we call this one IB. Positive, negative. This is VBE, okay? VBE kasi yung base ang positive, correct? Okay, VBE, negative. And this is your VCE. Ayan, positive, negative. Mabilis tayo, matatapos natin actually next week ang discussion. And then, oh, by the way, just in case that I did not announce it yet, ang tentative schedule ng final exam natin ay December 2, I think. Okay, did I mention that one? So, eto yan. Okay, so, and this is now your IE. So, ang gagawin nyo, how do we solve this one? Okay, here, people. Okay, pagka sinabi natin na tayo ang maglalagay ng resistance na value at tayo ang maglalagay ng source, we call this one designing what is the proportionate resistance to put it in our transistor and the voltage that we put to a transistor. But, okay, we call that one designing, proportioning kung ano yung ilalagay natin. Pero, pagka, if it is the voltage source is given and the resistances are given, in other words, what are you going to solve here is the voltage parameters across the transistors and yung from transistor, yung terminal to the ground, and the current flowing in the circuit. So, how do we do that?
Okay.
Pagka ganun ang given, mag-start ka sa input side. Kaya kung saan yung given, pagka resistances ang given, and beta is given, for example, is din ka sa input side mag-start. So, in this case here, KBL is, this is just saying VCC minus IB, RB, okay, minus VBE, KBL at the input side. At this point in time, sigurado naman, siguro na kayong marunong na kayo ng KBL, VBE, minus IE, RE is equal to 0. And then, di ba, dalawa ang unknown, sabi ko naman, resistances are given. So, ang unknown mo, IE and IB. And then, as I was discussed there, your IE is equal to beta plus 1 IB. Okay? So that you can now solve for IB here. IB will divide VCC minus VBE divided by RB, okay, plus beta plus 1 RB. Ayan. Pagka na-solve mo na sa IB, is you can now solve, beta is also given in this case, you can now solve for the different current parameters. And then you can just solve at the output side. So how do we solve at the output side? VCC minus ICRC minus VCE minus IE, RE is equal to 0. What can you solve here? VCE. So you can solve for VCE, it is just VCC minus ICRC. Masasolve mo na kasi si IC. Am I fast? Oh, okay. Minus IRE is equal to 0. Okay? Now, okay, to make it better pa, ang circuit ay eto na. Maglalagay pa ako dito ng another resistance. Okay. And we call that one the voltage divider bias circuit. From the book, maghanap nga kayo doon o kaya dito, baka meron dyan.